Just when I thought I was out, they drug me back in.
Featuring J.W. Madden.
Don't tell me about flip-flops, man. I'm a native.
And Cricket getting you home with traffic and weather.
Camp on Melt Lemon, not in the left lane on the freeway.
Here we go! And now, a man who has not one, but 3 first names. David Scott Kelly.
Here's Rothrock's 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball, left field deep. Otis back at the wall, and it's gone! It's gone! Jada Coleman has sent Oklahoma back to the championship series. A walk-off solo home run the opposite way, and the Sooners win it 6-5. Oklahoma has done it again. For a 6th straight year, the Sooners are back in the championship series.
One team will be left standing at the end of this week in college softball. Will it be the Oklahoma Sooners, who have dominated the game over the course of these last 5 years? Will it be the Texas Longhorns, the school that has just come and shot to the forefront of being an athletics program that is able to dominate in pretty much every single sport? It's the Women's College World Series Championship Series. It starts tonight in Oklahoma City. You will hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290, beginning in about an hour and 45 minutes. Game 1 of the Women's College World Series Finals between the Texas Longhorns and the Oklahoma Sooners, a series that will be called, you just heard that call right there, that play-by-play call from Ryan Radke, University of Arizona grad, and alongside him will be University of Arizona national champion, 3-time Olympic gold medalist, Leah O'Brien, as we knew her during her playing days here in Tucson. Now Leah O'Brien Amico, since she has gotten married, they will have the call of the Women's College World Series Finals. Game 1 tonight, Game 2 tomorrow night, same bat time, 4:45. Game 3 on Friday, if necessary, if Oklahoma and Texas split the first 2 games and a winner-take-all contest is needed on Friday, we will have that for you here as well. All right, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on our program, 520-848-1290. There is a connection, a Tucson, University of Arizona connection to this series. You might remember the name Bella Dayton. Bella played at the University of Arizona way back in 2021. She came to the University of Arizona out of Wiley, Texas, as a freshman. Played for Mike Candrea. Did not play a lot her freshman year. Coming out of that, obviously, fall of 20, COVID 20, and then 21. But was a player who had a lot of promise for the University of Arizona. She had come out of high school, the number 19 overall recruit, as rated by Softball America, chose the University of Arizona. Things didn't work out, COVID, all of that stuff. And she decided to return home to her home state, to the University of Texas. And she has been a part of a team now that has gone to 3 consecutive Women's College World Series. And so Bella Dayton now will have a chance to win a championship before she heads out of college in her final season. And she has really done a great job on the field for this ball club.
Chan drills one the other way, and Bella Dayton makes the catch with a little flourish. Dayton skies one into center. Bella Dayton, a 2-run jack. Texas ahead by 3.
Now, Bella Dayton doesn't hit a lot of home runs. She's not a home run hitter. Never was. Third leading hitter, though, on this Texas team, batting .392. That home run you heard there was just the third home run she's hit this season. It came in Game 2 of the Super Regionals, a Super Regional series against their longtime rival, Texas A&M, that Texas was down 1-0. I actually watched a large part of this game on Saturday. They were down 1-0. They lost Friday. They were down 5-1 on Saturday. The number 1 seed. This was a 1-16 matchup. And they were facing elimination. They were down 5-1 early on Saturday, facing the ultimate elimination, a 16 beating a 1. But Bella Dayton's home run helped ignite a comeback. Texas was ahead. Like, literally, they were down. They were ahead. A&M was down to their last strike. A freshman who had, not had an extra base hit, I believe her name was Maya Perez, had not had an extra base hit all season. And she hit a 3-run home run with Texas A&M down to their last strike to force extra innings. I mean, it was an unbelievable game. Texas, though, pulled it out Game 2, and they were able to win Game 3 to advance to the Women's College World Series, and now they find themselves in the finals. It's just so amazing how close you can be in these games of baseball and softball. And I'll go back to what happened the other night on the baseball side. The defending national champions, LSU, they were up going into the 9th inning against North Carolina on the road as the number 2 seed in that regional. Carolina tied it in the 9th. They took the lead in the 10th, and then they were able to hold off LSU and eliminate the champs.
Runner at second, 2 outs, a 2-2 count, and the pitch.
Get over
into center field. Honeycutt going back on the run. He will have it. And LSU's season comes to an end here in the Chapel Hill Regional. North Carolina comes from behind, sends it to extras, and will move on to the Supers with a 4-3 victory over the reigning national champs.
After the game, Jay Johnson, the former coach at Arizona, said he was heartbroken for these kids. And it just goes to show you how close. They were 3 outs away. Imagine this. 3 outs away from hosting the Super Regionals because Arizona had not done their part. Out here, they get swept. West Virginia wins this regional. LSU was 3 outs away from hosting West Virginia at home in the Super Regionals, which probably would have been a pretty nice little cakewalk for them back to Omaha to defend their title. But they didn't get there. They could not get those last 3 outs. That's the beauty of these games we play on the diamond. You can be so close, but yet so far. Texas is there. They will defend or have a chance to knock out the defending champions. Let's hear from Bella Dayton, the senior, about how her team fought when their backs were against the wall.
It being my last season, I want to leave everything out there, and I think just communicating that amongst the whole team and knowing that there are 3 other people that feel the same way, and knowing that, once we play for each other, we play to keep moving forward. We play for the room keys if we're away, and we play to protect our field and our grounds, and I think our fans help us a lot with that too. They help us stay motivated and know what Texas Fight is all about, and I think that's what helped us keep believing.
She's got 1 error all season long in the outfield. You heard the catch in the highlight. She's had 76 chances, 1 error in the outfield. 98.8 fielding percentage for Bella Dayton. Mike Smith is the head coach of the Longhorns. He loves having Miss Dayton on his team.
She's changed a lot. I mean, early in her career, it was really hard to kind of tell her, and coach her, to tell you the truth, because she was set in her ways. And Mike Andrea, her previous coach, had a great example. Said she's like a thoroughbred putting in a barn. She's going to kick the door down. She's learned how to kind of lead a little better as a player. She gives it everything she's got. You can see it, the sheer passion that she has when she plays. Gives it everything she has all the time. And it's fun coaching her.
A thoroughbred caught in a barn. You got to love these analogies that coaches come up with. That's Bella Dayton, who will try to lead the Texas Longhorns to a national championship in the Women's College World Series Finals. You'll hear it right here on Wildcats Radio 1290. Again, coverage begins with Westwood 1 at 4:45 tonight and tomorrow for games 1 and 2. Game 3 on Friday, if necessary, to crown a champion in college softball. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. We are joined by the third member of our team here, Cricket. So last night after the show, you were doing a little decorating here.
I was.
Yes, you had the place all jazzed up because it was Shannon's birthday today. Shannon from Kim FM.
Mm-hmm.
So here's what we're going to do.
Okay.
We're going to try to get her on the phone.
Okay.
We're going to try to get her on the phone and wish her a happy birthday.
Yay.
You were here this morning, though, so how'd it go over on the FM side?
Great. Like, she had a lot of goodies. People brought in sweets and presents.
Wow.
And, yeah.
I saw there was a cake in the refrigerator that said, "Don't touch."
It said, please and thank you. Please don't touch this birthday cake and thank you.
All right, so J-Dub's in there. He's going to try to get her on the phone, and we'll see if we can wish Miss Shannon a happy birthday. We're hoping to get the ringing on the phone like we did in the old days, but apparently now we're just too advanced out to get that part working. Shannon! Shannon.
Hello?
Hey! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to ya! Happy birthday to ya! Happy birthday to ya!
You guys are going to make me cry. I've been very emotional the last day or two. I don't know why, and everybody has been so kind, and I'm just like, oh my gosh.
We love you.
Yes. How is
Did you see what Cricket did?
Yeah, she was putting up the old 70s. I said you actually should have gone and actually got some 70s beads to put on the door versus these streamers. But I felt like I was back 7 years old going into my dad's living room, walking through the beads there.
Oh, that's what I was doing all morning long. I'm like, come check this out. Come check this out to anyone who has come along.
How was your cake?
It was amazing.
How was your cake that I saw that I was in the refrigerator last night and I was like, ooh, that looks good. And there was the note on it that says, please do not eat this. How was the cake I wasn't supposed to eat?
It is delicious, and I have to tell you, this is hand-to-God truth. I had to bring it home because my rescue dog, Maggie, that I have because of Cricket, turns 9 today.
Oh, wow. Same birthday as Mom.
Her Humane Society paperwork says June 5th. And I went, are you guys kidding me? Are you messing around with me? And they're like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh, nothing. So my baby girl, who I got because of Cricket, is 9 years old today. So she had to have strawberries and cream.
Of course.
If you're a vet, don't listen.
Is that safe?
Allow both of them.
Is that safe?
Yeah, it was a strawberry shortcake. I didn't give her the sponge cake, just the strawberries and a pop cup with strawberry,
Oh.
So what are you doing tonight? Are you having fun for your birthday?
Well, right now I finished recording a whole bunch of shows for national
Wait a minute,
stuff.
you're still working?
And my husband's on his way, and he is going to take me for a happy hour cocktail that I'm very excited about. And because now I'm officially old, I'll be in bed by 7:23.
I love it.
You are not even close to middle age. Stop it.
DK, I am double nickels.
Oh, whoa, double. Well, welcome to the double nickels plus club.
I thought I was okay with that until today.
Oh, God.
And I woke up and I opened one eye and went, did it happen? Oh my gosh.
Well, I thought you were way younger than me. Jeez.
I meant I am double three. That's what I am.
So where you what's the happy hour spot of choice for you and the hubby tonight?
This is going to sound fancy, but
Ooh.
this does not normally happen. And the only reason is because I got a gift card, and we're going to Sullivan's for a knockout martini.
That is so funny because I've got my cousin. She bought us a gift card for Sullivan's. We were looking at it the other day. We said, we got to go use this gift card at Sullivan's.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm not letting it burn a hole in my pocket.
No.
I just got it for this birthday. And let's go.
There you go. Are you going to sit in the restaurant or are you guys going to sit in the bar?
Oh, no, we're going to sit in the bar.
Okay, yeah.
Again,
I love that
like
bar.
3:50. By the time we get there 4:30, we stay for an hour. I got to come home, watch some Dateline, and then go to bed 7:23.
7:23.
She's got it planned out.
I mean, to the exact, and the alarm goes off at what time?
Oh, way too early. Like, well, depending. Mine or my husband's. He does construction, so he gets up way too early and hits snooze. Mine will go off by probably, he always asks why I do weird times, but I do like 4:07.
Oh, wow. But you don't set, are you like my wife? You set your clock a half an hour ahead. So when it goes off at 8:30, it's actually 8 o'clock.
Oh.
You are correct. I don't even look at it to know how many minutes ahead it is. All I know is when Adam, my husband, looks at it and he has to get up after me, he's like, why is the clock so fast? I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. That's exactly what time it is right now.
Well, Shannon, have a happy birthday tonight. Enjoy the drinks at Sullivan. Have one for me. Tell them to put it on my tab. And
Don't think I won't.
She will.
I love all three of you. Thank you so much. In cricket, you are the best ever in the whole entire world. If I keep talking, I'll start crying again. I love you, love you, love you.
Love you, Shanny.
All right, Shannon. Have a good one.
Over
Happy
20
birthday
with
again.
that girl. I love her so much.
There you go. We
Like
love her.
40
We love her
years.
too.
30 years.
It's been at least 30.
30 years.
Probably.
That's
Wow.
what I thought about, like 20. No, it's been like since 1993 or something.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh, I just aged us all on the radio. I'm so
That's
sorry.
okay.
I age us every day, so
Yes,
it's
he
no
does.
big deal.
You're fine.
Have fun,
I
young
love
lady.
you all.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Love you.
All right, that's
birthday
Shannon from Kim FM. Happy birthday.
Sing it, girl.
Yeah. All right, Cricket is going to now get you home because it is hot outside, and we don't want your car to overheat on your way home. So maybe she'll even give you the shortcut to your house if she can.
Oh, that's a good
traffic
plan.
and weather every
Yes.
20 minutes.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Well, if you're looking for a shortcut, Swan at River Road, not the place to be. Some slowdowns both directions on Swan at River Road due to road work. Crashes that are clearing Cortero at I-10 at the eastbound I-10 Cortero off-ramp, 6th Avenue in Irvington, Canoa Ranch Road at I-19, also River Road east of La Cholla. 73, the overnight low, an excessive heat warning in effect from 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. Friday. Temps near about 107 and 103 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Lowe's. Free is key during Craftsman Days at Lowe's. Right now, get one free Select V20 tool when you buy a Select Battery 2-pack. Lowe's knows home improvement. Valid through 6/19 while supplies last. Selection varies by location.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Hey guys, what are you... Gotta take this. Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Thank you for... Uh-huh. Right. You don't say. Uh-huh. Now.
Hold it. What's with all the nows?
People want to know the best time for an Alaska vacation.
And you're telling them...
Hello? Now.
Well, there's no bad time for an Alaska vacation, but the best time is now.
Pretty soon, Arizona temps are going to put a strain on your AC.
Now is really the best time.
You're not telling people about all the money they save?
Now.
Or how Alaskan AC will make their AC last longer?
Now.
Or the big 1-year guarantee that their AC will not break down?
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Well, Ron wants to tell you a bunch of stuff. I know. That's kind of what I told him. Okay, thanks. Oh, by the way, now.
The best time for an Alaska vacation is...
now.
Schedule at AlaskanAC.com. Now.
Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! No, it's...
I'm Captain Tobacco from Tobacco Barn.
My tobacco hero.
I'm here to wipe out high prices on tobacco products. I'm also here to inform citizens that you could save up to 40% on your favorite tobacco products. Pay no city or state sales tax at Tobacco Barn and save up to another $3 with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com. Uh-oh, I see high prices. Excuse me.
Save up to 40% off all your tobacco products at Tobacco Barn. Tobacco Barn is on the Indian Reservation, so you're not paying state tax or any city sales tax. Plus, you can get a coupon for an additional $3 off at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Take it from Captain Tobacco. Save up to 40%. Save with no city or state sales tax. And save with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com. Well, time for me to fly.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Are your kids going to climb your walls this summer? Let them climb the walls at Rock Solid Climbing and Fitness instead. Rock Solid Climbing and Fitness is offering full-day summer camp for ages 7 to 14. Kids will do everything from play games, socialize, throw water balloons, make art, and of course, rock climb. Coaches will provide safety and skills instructions to get every participant climbing to new heights. Camps run Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning and evening extended hours available. Rock Solid is now accepting reservations for June and July. Don't miss out. Visit rocksolidclimbing.com for more info or call them at 520-222-6228. That's 520-222-6228.
And this Friday, we've got a sweet deal for you from Rock Solid Climbing and Fitness. You can get a week of climbing camp for just $169.50, originally $339. That's half off. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
What up, Tucson? This is Joseph Blair, former Wildcat and assistant coach of the Washington Wizards. When I came to play basketball at the U of A in the 90s, the Tucson community became and has always remained a special part of my life. And this is why I proudly joined the Meridian Wealth Management Tucson Advisory Business Council. If you have financial questions or concerns, please be sure and call my friends Natalie or Ruben Fernandez at 719-1433 or visit online at Meridian Wealth LLC. And as always, bear down, Tucson.
Advisory services provided by Meridian Wealth Management, a registered investment advisor.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on this program. It is a shortened program once again today and will be tomorrow as well. Coverage of the Women's College World Series Finals, Texas and Oklahoma. We will have that courtesy of Westwood One right here for you beginning at 4:45. Also happening this weekend is the NCAA Track and Field Championships going on up in Eugene, Oregon. It's a huge day. It's Men's Day today, which is a huge day for Arizona because they have just men competing in this event, and all of their men are competing today to try to qualify through to the semifinals. It's a quarterfinal day today. Today is semifinals. Semifinals today, finals on Friday. So what we have coming up, this event gets going right at 7:30 Eastern, so 4:30 our time. And the first event is the men's 4x100 meter relay, and the Wildcats are in that with Travion White-Austin, Brian Lamage, James Onunabosi, and Tyson Tippett. And then after that, at 5:46, it'll be the men's 100-meter semifinal. Travion White-Austin is in that. Men's 400-meter hurdles semifinal. Jan Vasquez is in that for Arizona. That's at 6:30. At 6:44, it'll be the men's 200-meter semifinal. So less than an hour for Travion to recover from the 100. He's got to run 3 events today. This Travion White-Austin. He's got to run the 4x100 at 4:30, the 100 at 5:46, and the 200 at 6:45. If by the time Travion gets to the 200, I hope he has something left in the tank. But I'm sure he's not the only one that has to do that today, because a lot of these guys run in multiple races. And then the men's long jump final will be on at 6 o'clock tonight. Sir Jonathan Sims will be in that event. Sir Jonathan Sims will be in both the long jump final and the triple jump final. So if the other gentlemen do not qualify through to their finals, then Sir Jonathan Sims will be the only Wildcat competing on Friday in the triple jump final at 6:20. So good luck to all of those guys out there this week as they try to score points for the University of Arizona. We kind of went over that a little bit yesterday in terms of the Directors' Cup. Right now, it appears that the Wildcats will only get scoring from 11 teams. If they don't get points from the men's track team, that would be 12 so far. The next standings will be released on Tuesday for the Directors' Cup. The Wildcats, all their point scoring will be done by this week, but they won't get their final point total until the final standings are released after the Men's College World Series, although we'll know what their final number is because baseball has already been eliminated. They'll get the minimum amount of points for qualifying into the NCAA tournament. We know already what that number will be. So once we get the final number, we can just add, I believe it's the 25 points they get for making the tournament into their number. But we won't know the final placement until after the Men's College World Series later on this month. How about this? J-Dub joins me. J-Dub is here today, as always.
What's up?
Chase Budinger.
Yeah, I was going to say.
He's going to the Olympics.
I was going to say, speaking of Olympic sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. I mean, longtime Arizona fans may remember Chase coming out of high school. I think it was the 3rd or 4th ranked high school basketball recruit. But a lot of the buzz was, Karch Garai talking about he's the next Karch Garai, right? I mean, there was a lot of rumors that potentially he could be one of, if not the best volleyball players ever, if that's the direction he chose to go in. We're all happy that he chose basketball. Loved watching Chase. Really smooth jump shot, super athletic. Played 400-plus games in the NBA, DK. But since then, he's gone back to his other love, which is volleyball. And he just qualified for the beach volleyball Olympic team just today. So he and his partner, they're ranked 13th in the world currently. And when he sets foot there in Paris, he'll become the first person ever to have played a game in the NBA and to compete in Olympic beach volleyball. There is a player who competed in indoor volleyball who played for UCLA and also played in the NBA as well, but nobody's ever done the NBA to beach volleyball transition or vice versa.
Congratulations to Chase Budinger and his teammate Miles Evans. They are the pair that qualified for the beach volleyball U.S. Olympic team. Again, you mentioned over 400 games. He played 7 seasons in the National Basketball Association, and that was the final spot on this year's beach volleyball squad for the United States.
Also,
so great to hear for Chase Budinger.
Since we're talking basketball and international, congratulations to Coach Lloyd today. They got their 3rd win down in Argentina, 3-0 for the U18 team. They just beat Brazil today. I was watching that game a little bit earlier. 3-0. No big surprise. I think they've won all but 2. I think they've won 10 out of the 12 championships in FIBA Americas over the years. So definitely U18, the Americans have that on lock. They don't usually lose games in that tournament.
They beat the heck out of Belize yesterday.
This game today was semi-close. I think it was 19-19. In the second quarter, the USA pushed ahead with some strong defense, started making shots. But, yeah, there's a little bit overmatched. There's a guy playing for Brazil today, DK, who's 15.
Wow.
15 going against, it's not the best. Like Carlos Boozer's son, for instance, is regarded as the best high school recruit in that class. Mm-hmm. He's not participating in this. So they don't have they don't have the top 15 players in the nation ranked by 247 or whatever. But still, it's a who's who. And that squad is going to go down the other teams. Here's how it works. You hear stories about America losing to international competition quite regularly. When is that? That's when the international players are 25 through 35, DK. And why are they better? Because those guys have been playing together on the same team for 10 plus years.
Right.
Those teams are really hard for the Americans to beat because you gather a bunch of Americans together, put them in a camp for a month, go beat these guys who know the Argentinas of the world, Spain, so forth and so on. We all know. But when it comes to 18-year-olds, sheer athleticism and the ability to knock down shots, America has always dominated at this age group. It's just when you start getting to Olympic competition and beyond, I'm sure this summer the Americans, though, will be wanting to a little bit of payback since they didn't do so well in the last competition a couple years back.
We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Tommy Lloyd coaching a U.S. international squad for the first time in his career. So you never know. This could be the first step to eventually, at some point, maybe being the senior national team coach. That would be, again, that's where you've got currently another Wildcat in Steve Kerr, and as he gets ready to kind of round his squad together.
As it should be. I mean, there was a lot of disorganization in the 80s, but the Colangelos put it together in the early 90s, starting with the Dream Team, and the whole idea is just that. Not only are you, there's levels to it. So you might get the 20, 21-year-olds who participate in some of the in-between tournaments. Those guys like Steph and LeBron are the ones who show up for the actual Olympics and whatnot. But the coaching is the same. So you're going to get levels to it. You get your foot in the door with USA basketball, and it's just a big family. They want to have some cohesion among all of those different teams and all of those different coaching staffs so that the style of play that they bring to these international competitions, DK, can show off and showcase what Arizona or what America brings to the basketball table, obviously, wanting to dominate all those competitions and having a consistent coaches is a big part of that.
Do you have memories of Chase Budinger as an Arizona Wildcat? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. He was one of my originals. I always talk about my originals, the people that were the young men and women who were on the teams when I first got here in 2008. Well, that was Chase Budinger on that team. Kyle Fogg was on that team. Jordan Hill, Nick Wise. I mean, those were my Brandon Lavender. Those were my originals on that team in 2008, 2009. Abrupt retirement there by Lute Olson.
Yeah.
Right before the season started. Russ Pennell and Mike Dunlap stepping in to take that team to the Sweet 16. And so, again, that was great to hear for Chase Budinger, as I always have had a chance to follow him, one of the original players that I covered here at the University of Arizona. So if you have thoughts about Chase that you want to share today, we'd love to hear those at 520-848-1290. All right, we're going to take an earlier break than normal so we can let you hear from Laura Ianello, who left the University of Arizona to take the head coaching job of the women's golf team at Texas. She had a press conference. We want you to hear what she had to say about her decision to leave, why she went to Texas, and why this was a position that has energized her. It's DK on the Sports Tip. J-Dub is here. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and weather.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together, sponsored by O'Reilly Chevrolet. Crashes reported Valencia and Westover, a hit and run. Canoa Ranch Road at I-19, 6th Avenue in Irvington. Cortero at I-10 clearing the eastbound I-10 Cortero off-ramp. Slowing on Swan at River Road. Most slowdowns mostly affected northbound on Swan at River Road. And for your weather, 73 the low and excessive heat warning 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. Friday. Highs near those temps those 2 days, near 107 and 103 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Macy's. Find the perfect Father's Day gift with Macy's Gift Finder. In just a couple clicks, you'll get personalized gift ideas for every dad at every budget. Visit Macy's.com/gift finder and give love today at Macy's.
They're back. The lot is starting to fill up. The vehicles are back. The incentives are back. And we're welcoming you to come back. See us today at O'Reilly Chevrolet.
O'Reilly Chevrolet.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere? Or when you had a green light but did some extreme braking because another driver decided to turn left in front of you? And we've all had to navigate monsoon downpours that turned our streets into Arizona's largest slip and slide. At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires, the best steel, and a huge in-stock selection of the brands you trust. And now's the time to save big with the most rebates we've seen all year on the brands you love, like Michelin, Cooper, and Uniroyal tires, with up to $100 back all month long. And Jack Furrier cardholders get back another $30. Check out jackfurriers.com for details on all our sizzling summer savings. So for all those critical moments where your tires make the difference, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
At Nova Home Loans, we believe everyone deserves the opportunity to enjoy the independence that comes with home ownership. Whether you're a first-time home buyer who needs down payment assistance, have less than perfect credit, or looking to refinance, Nova has a variety of home loan programs for your unique situation. Visit novahomeloans.com or call 800-955-9125 to learn more. Not a commitment to lend or extend credit. Rates and available loan programs are subject to change without notice. NMLS 3087, BK 0902429, Equal Housing Opportunity.
Tired of dry, itchy skin? Have mineral buildup at every faucet. Ram Plumbing's affordable, green, eco-friendly water softener and alkalized purification systems are built right here in our great state of Arizona and use a fraction of the wastewater as their competitors. Want soft water, non-chlorinated, or the best alkalized drinking water? You can trust Ram Plumbing to be your one-stop shop. Ask about their Water Taste Challenge. 40th year anniversary savings, up to $500 off water systems and $40 off any service. If your plumbing's in trouble, call Ram on the double.
Are your kids going to climb your walls this summer? Let them climb the walls at Rock Solid Climbing and Fitness instead. Rock Solid Climbing and Fitness is offering full-day summer camp for ages 7 to 14. Kids will do everything from play games, socialize, throw water balloons, make art, and of course, rock climb. Coaches will provide safety and skills instructions to get every participant climbing to new heights. Camps run Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. with morning and evening extended hours available. Rock Solid is now accepting reservations for June and July. Don't miss out. Visit rocksolidclimbing.com for more info or call them at 520-222-6228. That's 520-222-6228.
And this Friday, we've got a sweet deal for you from Rock Solid Climbing and Fitness. You can get a week of climbing camp for just $169.50, originally $339. That's half off. And this sweet deal will go on sale this Friday morning at 8:30 at WildcatsRadio1290.com.
It's 4 a.m. and you're sucking baby snot through a tube because she's congested. If you love her that much, love her enough to make sure she's buckled in the right car seat. Find out more at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop to opt out.
Attention. If your teen or preteen is or has been addicted to Instagram, Snapchat, or TikTok and been treated for eating disorders, body image issues, anxiety, depression, or suicidal thoughts, you may be eligible to participate in a lawsuit for significant compensation. Text SOCIAL to 323232 for more information. Disclosures by multiple Facebook whistleblowers suggest Instagram knows their social media platforms are highly addictive and cause eating disorders, body image issues, depression, and suicidal ideation, but have done little to stop it. If your family has been impacted by social media addiction, you could be eligible for significant compensation. Text SOCIAL to 323232 if you'd like to discuss a lawsuit. Text SOCIAL to 323232. Text the word SOCIAL to 323232.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Motley Rice, attorney Jennifer Guy is responsible for this ad. Motley Rice LLC is headquartered at 28 Bridgeside Boulevard, Mount Pleasant, South Carolina 29464.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports, sponsored by Allstate. Let's head over to college softball, where the Division I national title matchup is set. The Texas Longhorns clinched their spot on Tuesday night, and they will face their Big 12 rival in the championship series.
Here's Rothrock's 2-1. Swinging a high fly ball, left field deep. Otis back at the wall. It is gone! It's gone! Jada Coleman has sent Oklahoma back to the championship series. A walk-off solo home run the opposite way, and the Sooners win it 6-5.
Ryan Radke with the call yesterday on Westwood One as Jada Coleman's walk-off home run lifted Oklahoma over Florida in extra innings. The three-time defending champion Sooners are looking to become the first program to ever win 4 softball titles in a row. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Olivia Harlan Decker on Westwood One.
Some people just know the best rate for you is a rate based on you with Allstate. And look at you, hands perfectly placed on the wheel, not like the driver to the right of you who's really going after that drum solo. Save with DriveWise in the Allstate app and only pay a rate based on you.
Not available in every state, subject to terms and conditions. Rating factors and savings vary, and in some states your rate could increase with high-risk driving. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
With T-Mobile, you can get tons of benefits and still save, because nobody likes having to choose. It's like getting romance and sci-fi.
I love you. Also, I'm a robot.
At T-Mobile, you can get the benefits you want and still save on every plan versus AT&T and Verizon. See how with our savings calculator at T-Mobile.com/switch. Plus, switch and keep your phone. We'll pay it off up to $800.
Via virtual prepaid card in 15 days. Qualifying unlocked device credit service and timely redemption required. Card has no cash access and expires in 6 months. See T-Mobile.com.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Arizona looking for a new women's golf coach after Laura Ianello departed after 14 seasons as the head coach. 17 years overall at her alma mater as a coach, won national championship in 2018, and she's heading to the University of Texas. She met the media. Let's hear from Laura Ianello on her decision to trade in Tucson for Austin.
Hello, everybody.
Hey, Coach, you can just go ahead and start it off with how you're feeling. First day on the job, and open us up.
Awesome. Well, yes, this is Laura Ianello, the new women's golf coach at the University of Texas. I'm thrilled to be here amongst this program of excellence. Got the call from Chris Del Conte a couple of days ago and had no idea that he was thinking of making a change. And you know, my time at Arizona for the past 17 years, I will forever be grateful. It was my home. It's my alma mater. I've done great things there, but the call to Texas really, like, it just excited me in a way that I hadn't felt in a long time. And when you get that feeling, that rush of adrenaline and tears in your eyes and goosebumps because you know it's an opportunity of a lifetime, I called my husband right away and I said, we got to talk. And he was freaked out, but I feel so blessed. And I'm so grateful to Arizona and to Texas to be here.
Thanks, Coach. We'll go ahead and start taking some questions. Put your raise hand function up if you have them, and we'll start with Noah.
Hey, Coach, congratulations, first and foremost. You mentioned something that Coach Bowman, who came here for swimming to replace Eddie Reese a while ago, did, and that he was so successful at Arizona State. But there was in a lore of Texas, and something was calling him here. What was it? You kind of said, obviously, you were so successful there, your alma mater. What drew you to Texas to take on this challenge?
What drew me to take this challenge? Well, of course, it's first and foremost Chris Del Conte. He has Arizona blood. He came from Arizona, and to have the opportunity to work for such a tremendous leader was very enticing. I think Texas has a lot more resources than a lot of other universities and top programs. And I think if you're a coach and you're middle-aged, like I am, to where you want to continue having successful programs and having chances to win national championships, you know, I think with the climate of athletics, there's, you know, changing times that I want to make sure that I can do that. And I feel like at the University of Texas, it's very, very doable. And also just most of the ladies on this women's golf team, I recruited and I lost them to Texas. And so I'm very familiar with this amazing group of women who play at UT, and to have the opportunity also to coach them and continue to help them reach their dreams and push them to excel and to their highest level, it just excites me even more to be here.
Danny, go ahead.
Hi, Laura. I'm kind of wondering your relationship with Chris. I know you overlapped with him while you were a student in Arizona, but I don't know if you worked with him while you were coaching. But what's that relationship like, and what was his pitch like to you when he gave you a call?
So I did not know Chris Del Conte when he was at Arizona. I was a student athlete, but I tell you, his name is talked about at the University of Arizona all the time. Like Chris Del Conte, like everybody talks, and he's legendary, you know, because he's so close with all of our great people from Arizona, like Coach Kendrea, Coach Rick LaRose, our men's golf coach, and many others. So, you know, I never really met Chris before, and you know, last week with Chris getting named the Sports Business Journal Athletic Director of the Year, my husband was actually at that ceremony, and then when he called me, I was in my new office, and we just built a new facility in Arizona, and I was kind of like, "Why? What is Chris Del Conte calling me for?" So I thought he was calling just to maybe ask for a referral or something. I had no idea he was calling to hire me. And he just said, you know, Laura, I'm looking to make a change, and I want you to go home, talk to your husband, talk to your family, and you just let me know probably in 24 hours if it's a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Dennis, you're up.
Coach, you already have a natty under your belt. What I know there's no secret sauce to winning a national championship, but for you, what are the pillars, I guess, of what you want to have in your program to be in that neighborhood year in and year out?
Yeah, well, it comes down to the people who are in your program, the women that play and represent your program, making sure that they're good people, because if you got good people who believe in each other and believe in themselves, and they you know, are in a stable environment, a positive environment where they can do great things, that is of most importance, I think, of having a coaching staff that can help them, push them, add a little structure, but yet have flexibility, because in a sport like golf, it is still very individualized. But you know, winning a national championship, one team a year wins, one. That's it. It's not easy. But the thing about Texas is, I mean, it looks like you guys are doing it every week. It feels like, you know, we had a head coaches meeting this morning where I got to meet everybody, and, you know, there we are celebrating women's rowing. And it's just like, oh, just like another win. Congrats. Big, you know, it's a different culture here. It's a different level. And, you know, I've won at Arizona. And so this is what motivates me also to come to a place like Texas is, you know, they have never won a national championship at the University of Texas. And so I find that that's a challenge for me. You know, I would love to be the first coach to win a national championship. But any coach that comes to Texas, that is their goal. They want to win at the highest level, and we're going to be expected to win at the highest level. But what comes with that is just running a really good program with good people, and making sure that the staff supports those young athletes, and making sure that we retain our athletes, our solid athletes, and then also making sure that we recruit and strategize getting the best recruits in and out. And I think UT, with their facilities here and the resources that these athletes are provided on campus, is unlike I've ever seen anywhere else. And so with that, it's definitely a recipe for success.
Bob, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Bob Blue, CBS Austin. Nice to meet you. Building on that a little bit, when you look at this roster, how far away is it from competing for that national championship? I know you said you know some of the girls. What do you like about this roster, and what do you need to improve?
What I love about this roster is that I know every single one of these young women. I have seen these young women play. We play against Texas all the time at Arizona, and what do they need to win a national championship? They just need to keep working hard, doing what they're doing, because they're already a national championship caliber team. I think, you know, so much of it is just going to come down to believing in themselves and believing in each other, and having coaches that, you know, can push them, but also, you know, give them comfort and compassion and guidance and just love on them. I think that's so important because again, golf is such a mental game, as we've seen, especially in the last couple of weeks in the news, that, you know, it's very easy to beat ourselves up in the game of sport because you don't have a teammate to pass the ball to. You don't have, you know, you don't have a bunch of outfielders out there helping you out to make outs. It's completely you and the golf course. And so that is, you know, a challenge. And so again, this team is tremendous. They are ready to win. And I hopefully with my staff, we can get them to the finish line.
Jeff, you're up.
Coach, welcome. I have heard you say a few times that you have existing relationships with many of the women on the roster. How does that impact the re-recruitment process of making sure you retain the women on the team who you want to retain? And where does that fall on your priority list? I'm sure there's a lot on your plate in these first 2 weeks or so.
Yes, that is my number one priority, is to make sure that I start building these positive relationships with these young women. Because again, I recruited these young women, but that's in the high school period of their life. And some of these women on this team are now juniors, you know, Cindy Hu and Angela Hio, and a lot of these women, you know, I was recruiting them, so I got to know them through the recruiting process, but I wouldn't say like I'm ingrained where I know them in and out, you know, so that's my responsibility this summer to get to know them, to make sure that we do have solid roster management, and then continuing also just to make good relationships with the current commits to the University of Texas, because they've got great players committed to come, and I want to make sure that they're still going to come. And yeah, so that's number one on my priority. And then of course, recruiting for, you know, the upcoming 2026 class.
Danny, go ahead.
Laura, have you had a chance to meet with the team as a whole?
Yeah, yes, I got to meet with all of them this morning at UT Golf Club, which is so crazy because usually in the summertime, golf women on teams are out of the country. They're all over the world playing tournaments. And the fact that they were all here this morning at UT Golf Club helping with the camp, it was perfect timing that I was here, that I got to meet them. So I got to meet all of them and talk to them.
Then I guess technical, how do you do a transition as a coach? I guess this may be a little bit different than Arizona, since you were an assistant when you took over that job as a head coach. How do you come into a program that's had a head coach who was here for a decade and probably is used to doing something maybe different than the way you do it? How do you do that transition to making this your program?
To be honest with you, I don't know, because I've never done this. No, I really plan on continuing to do what I do best. And that is really dive in and communicate with these young women on the team, get to know them, and then run a structured program where, you know, we do things together, we practice together, and you know, have fair qualifying to understand who's going to be traveling, who's going to be playing, because this team is incredibly competitive. You know, so I think even just choosing the top players for the lineup, I think it could be challenging. But as for, you know, coming into a new school as a new head coach, it's uncomfortable. There's going to be questions. It's, you know, even me leaving a place like Arizona, where I've been coaching now as an assistant and head coach for 17 years, I was pretty comfortable. You know, I didn't really need to go anywhere. But again, that's part of the reason why I took this job, is because I feel like I need to keep growing. I need to keep being pushed. And this is pushing myself out of my comfort zone. There's so many new things here at Texas that I'm going to have to learn, but I'm excited and invigorated to get going about this, because I want to do something special here at UT with the support that we have. And I think the women, I'm honest with them. I tell them, I said, this probably is a little uncomfortable for you right now because you don't know what to expect. I'm a new head coach, but I said, I promise I will bring positive energy, a consistent attitude. And I said, we're going to have fun, and we're going to work hard, and we're going to win championships, because again, that's what it's about.
All right, that was Laura Ianello, her introductory press conference at the University of Texas. My top takeaway from that was it sounded like, one, Chris Del Conte knew exactly who he wanted to hire when his last coach departed, and he made one phone call. I don't get the sense that this was a coaching search at all. Like we know a coaching search to be. It sounded like Chris Del Conte had Laura Ianello at the top of his list. He called her and said, here's what we got. We want you. Here's the number. Talk to your husband. Let me know if you want to do it.
It seems to me, DK, like there had to have been a prior connectivity there.
It doesn't sound like it.
I mean, just speaking because of the pitch. Hi, I'm the athletics director at Texas. You have 24 hours to say yes or no. Goodbye. Like that seems maybe that the idea
when you're
that
Texas, you can probably do that.
I get it, but like maybe back channels that there was a chance she might be open to that. I mean, you don't make that call with the 24-hour deadline unless there's an idea, and maybe he didn't. Maybe it was just 24 hours are going to pass, and then we're going to start looking for any other candidates that might be on the list.
Maybe. It's certainly possible. We wouldn't rule anything out. But just based on what she said, he called 2 days ago.
All I know, DK, is somebody is going to come here to Arizona.
And that press conference was yesterday, which means he called on Sunday.
Right. Yeah, no, this happened real fast. That's pretty par for the course for the last 6 months, right? I mean, a lot of the turnovers happen within 24 hours. All I know, DK, is whoever decides to come to Tucson and take over the reins of the women's golf program here is going to have a fine new facility to get used to, because that's opening up right now as we speak as well.
Absolutely. Thanks to the Clement family for making that happen, and the folks over at Tucson Country Club for that partnership. Of course, if we had a chance to talk about that as well, we'll give you the information on where you can hear about how that whole partnership came together in the next half hour. It's DK on the Sports Tip. My name's David Kelly. His name is J.W. Madden. Cricket is also here with us. You're listening to Wildcats Radio, 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. Collisions reported: Cortero at I-10, a hit-and-run wreck on Cortero at I-10. Valencia and Westover and Valencia, that's another hit-and-run. Swan at River Road, northbound Swan at River for some slowing due to road work. At Limberlost and First Avenue, traffic signal work is scheduled until 6 tonight. 73, the overnight low. There is an excessive heat warning, 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. on Friday with those temps near 107. 103 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by ChumbaCasino.com.
Welcome to the ultimate playground for online social casino enthusiasts. Get ready to live the Chumba life and play over 100 online casino-style games for free at ChumbaCasino.com. VGW Group. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere? Or when you had a green light but did some extreme braking because another driver decided to turn left in front of you. And we've all had to navigate monsoon downpours that turned our streets into Arizona's largest slip and slide. At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires, the best deal, and a huge in-stock selection of the brands you trust. And now's the time to save big with the most rebates we've seen all year on the brands you love, like Michelin, Cooper, and Uniroyal tires, with up to $100 back all month long. And Jack Furrier cardholders get back another $30. Check out jackfurriers.com for details on all our sizzling summer savings. So for all those critical moments where your tires make the difference, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Hey guys, what are you... Gotta take this. Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Thank you for... Right. You don't say. Now.
Hold it. What's with all the nows? People want to know the best time for an Alaskification. And you're telling them...
Hello? Now.
Well, there's no bad time for an Alaskification. But the best time is now.
Pretty soon, Arizona temps are going to put a strain on your AC.
Now is really the best time. You're not telling people about all the money they save?
Now.
Or how Alaskan AC will make their AC last longer?
Now.
Or the big 1-year guarantee that their AC will not break down?
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Well, Ron wants to tell you a bunch of stuff. I know. That's kind of what I told him. Okay, thanks. Oh, by the way, now.
The best time for an Alaskification is
now.
Schedule at alaskanac.com. Now.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Getting quality employees to fill positions in your company is essential, but finding those people can be a major hassle unless you use ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter makes finding quality people a breeze. ZipRecruiter's advanced technology identifies candidates with the right skills, sends you great matches, then you can easily invite them to apply. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. See for yourself. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. We are the sports station that Tucson turns to for all the latest news when it comes to Arizona men's basketball, along with all the play-by-play action. We are Wildcats Radio 1290. Live from the CNWT.
From the what? Central Northwest Tucson, duh.
It's DK on the Sports Tip with your host, David Kelly.
Radio. Just when I thought I was out, they drug me back in.
Featuring J.W. Madden.
Don't tell me about flip-flops, man. I'm a native.
And Cricket getting you home with traffic and weather.
Camp on Melt Lemon, not in the left lane on the freeway.
Here we go! And now, a man who has not one, but 3 first names, David Scott Kelly.
Final hour of today's program. We are running a shortened show here today. Women's College World Series Finals begins tonight in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, and Texas. We'll have coverage of that beginning for you at 4:45. That's another big question people are asking in terms of, like, are we ever going to move the Women's College World Series out of Oklahoma City? Because clearly Oklahoma has a large advantage playing at home. They've dominated this thing now for the last 6 years. It's always been there, just like baseball. I can't imagine ever moving baseball out of Omaha. I mean, it's kind of what college baseball is built on, the road to Omaha. And I think it's been in Oklahoma City now since the late 90s. It was held out in California for a number of years as, women's college softball was kind of getting going, but it would be hard, I would think, to imagine it anywhere else. I mean, we move around our football championships, we move around our basketball championships, so it certainly would not be unnormal to put the baseball and softball championships somewhere else. I believe in terms of the fall, the soccer championship, the volleyball championship is moved around. It's not in one location, but baseball and softball have always traditionally been in Oklahoma City and Omaha. Maybe that'll be a question of the day here coming up. Is it time maybe to reconsider those locations and move it around to other places?
I know why.
Why is that?
Because in 1966,
that was before I was born.
USA Softball relocated from New Jersey to Oklahoma City and has been there ever since.
Hall of Fame, yeah.
So USA Softball and all the tryouts for the USA national team and everything takes place there.
And that's where they have a lot of their tournaments, their big USA tournaments that are here in the United States. It's kind of like Eugene.
Yeah.
For track.
Exactly.
Pretty much everything nationally or internationally that's held here in the United States is played there.
Softball cleats somewhere around that place? Because that's why Eugene, in my mind, I mean, that's why all the track and field stuff's done up there is because of a shoe.
I heard there's a pretty big shoe company up in that area there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, something called Nike, I think. You heard Laura Ianello talking about Chris Del Conte there. Chris Del Conte actually was just named the Athletic Director of the Year. He was one of the nominees for the Sports Business Journal. They have an awards every year, the Sports Business Awards. This, I believe it was just about 2 weeks ago. And he was the winner, Chris Del Conte. One of the nominees for Athletic Director of the Year was none other than Desireé Reed-Francois of the Arizona Wildcats. She was one of the nominees, along with Chris Del Conte. Trev Alberts, who was the AD at Nebraska. He has since moved to Texas A&M. Jeff Bourne from James Madison. He's retiring. And Carla Williams, who is the athletics director at Virginia. Those 6 were the finalists, or 5, I should say. Those 5 were the finalists for Athletic Director of the Year. Chris Del Conte won. And he had this to say to Desireé Reed-Francois at the speech, which Laura referenced that her husband was at this event, this Sports Business Award, because he works in the sports business as well. I believe he is with SeatGeek, if I'm not mistaken. He used to work with the Suns when they first came out here. Then he went to work with SeatGeek, but he's always kind of worked on the ticketing side. And he was at this event, which the Sports Business Awards event. Here's what Chris Del Conte said when he spotted Desireé Reed-Francois in the audience.
To my category, who's out here today, Desireé, I see you love. Trust me, pal, I've been Susan Lucci many times. But, you know what I mean? I get this.
Do you have any idea what he means when he says, I've been Susan Lucci, J-Dub?
Yeah, she finished second, right?
She finished second a lot.
Right, yeah.
It was almost like a running, I don't know if you're like a soap opera person or not.
I'm aware. I have people in my sphere in my life who have been soap opera people. So
Yeah.
I've never personally sat down and watched
It
soap
almost
opera
became a running joke at the Daytime Emmys.
Right.
For years that Susan Lucci was nominated but was not going to win. She was like runner-up. I will see if we can maybe find the number of times she was nominated. Okay, here it is. She was nominated 21 times for Daytime Emmy Awards for Outstanding Lead Actress in a Drama Series. She won only once. That was in 1999 after her 19th nomination.
Yeah.
Her status as the perpetual nominee for the award had attracted significant media attention since the late 80s. So let's hear that one more time from Chris Del Conte.
To my category, who's out here today, Desireé, I see you love. Trust me, pal, I've been Susan Lucci. I've been many times. But, you know what I mean? I get this.
Trust
me, pal, I've been Susan Lucci many times.
I love that because I watched All My Children. That was one of the soaps that I was a little bit hooked on when I was growing
Desireé
up.
got a pal. She got a pal, and then she got a love right in that little 7 seconds there.
And then I'm going to take your golf coach, by the way. Chris Del Conte, Athletics Director of the Year. Desireé was nominated. They did like a little short video for all the nominations because she had a budget surplus at Missouri. First budget surplus. That means that they were in the black, the last fiscal year, which would have been 22-23. They were in the black for the first time in 6 years. So hopefully,
that's nothing. ASU did that just
can...
by scribbling out a bunch of numbers.
Right. They just, hey, we'll just incorporate athletics into the university and poof.
Yep, 300 million.
300 million just went away. Just like that.
Now, I mean, if you think about that time frame, DK, 2022s you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any athletic department across the country that was making money during that post-COVID era, I mean, you have to tip your cap. Not a nice landscape to be doing those jobs. We've heard so many stories these last few years.
Yeah. Desireé is beginning to build her cabinet. When I say not like at home, she's not building cabinets at home.
Like IKEA?
Yeah, no. She maybe. I don't know anything about Desireé Reed-Francois. What do they call it? DIY. What is that? DIY.
DIY.
Yeah. See, I know not. I can't even. I sent out a tweet about.
You can't even say it yourself.
I can't even say DIY. I don't even know what that is. Don't give me a hammer or a paintbrush or anything like that. I'm a city guy. CITY. You can CY. City guy. So I don't know anything about working on houses or anything like that. But her lieutenants. She's bringing some of her lieutenants from the University of Missouri. One of them tweeted out that he has arrived on the scene. His name is Tony Daniel. He is going to be the Senior Associate Athletic Director of Revenue and Engagement. Apparently, I think he's a former quarterback at the University of Buffalo. And he apparently was the point person on. They had a tremendous amount of fan engagement. That was one of the things that all the people in Missouri talked about was the level of fan engagement that she brought to the table. And Tony was kind of apparently the guy that helped her facilitate whatever that plan is. And so that's likely going to be something that we're going to be seeing. That we had heard about that she was very big into fan engagement and making the fan experience as great as it possibly can be. So Tony Daniel is on the ground now, and we will begin to kind of get a sense of what the atmosphere at Arizona Stadium, as well as the atmosphere at McHale, may look like in the near future. And J-Dub, I don't know if you saw this one. I think John Rothstein, the outstanding college basketball writer from CBS, tweeted this out the other day. But apparently the Big 12 has agreed to put floor seating now on the bench sides. So you know how in a lot of the arenas where they've got people sitting in between the teams.
Right.
Apparently they're going to do that now in the Big 12 starting this year. So we'll dive maybe a little bit more into this tomorrow and Friday if we have a full show. But what is that going to look like at McHale Center? I
mean, I was there when Shaq came in for the return trip after the LSU game, and I'll tell you what they did. I went and saw Tom Denny, who was down on the court, and like they put tables behind the stations. So like those camera people were no longer there. Those are all where the press people were, and the actual seating where you're talking about is where some high price seats were made. So yeah, I mean, you would have to, because they've got those whole boards, advertising boards there, right?
Yeah.
So
I would think, just off the top of my head, I would think what you may have to do is you may have to flip the benches to the other side, because you've got all that built-in floor seating on the other side. I think you've got they've got the middle section where the TV sits. Maybe you flip the TV over to the other side, push the obviously you would probably have to take some seats out, but you could still do that and put the benches on that side. So the benches now would be on the south side, which I don't know. I mean, obviously, all the filming is done from the south side. I don't know how much that was the way that it was set up, that they wanted the cameras facing the scores table and the benches and all that.
Right.
I don't know if that's how they do it in every venue, where the cameras are opposite the scores table. I don't pay that close attention when I'm watching college basketball to know that. But either that, or you would essentially have to put majority. You could probably have your main scoreboard, your main scores table people on the side that it is now, and you'd have to move everybody else over to the other side. So maybe the radio broadcasters would have to move to the other side and put all those people over there, so you could create seating on that side, on the north side.
So following in Doug's wishes, these would be 18, 19, and 20-year-old crazy students sitting courtside yelling at the opposing players, right? Not like 85-year-old retirees who live in the foothills.
Something tells me if they're going to create seats on the floor, you're going to have to pay for them. So
yeah, I mean, look,
unless we're going to create an endowment that pays the money for those seats and makes those available to Zona Zoo students.
I've long come to terms with the ticket in McHale is more of like a who's who, go to be seen as much as it is about basketball. And because it's a big ticket item in a town that doesn't necessarily have a ton of those, it's always going to be in high demand, and you're always going to be able to get as much money from boosters as they're willing to pay for any kind of courtside seating. So I've long come to terms with that. I just wish maybe the students were a little bit closer to the court like they used to be.
All right, we're going to talk some FC Tucson soccer. DeAndre Pickett is going to join us. Last week we talked to a young lady from FC Tucson Women who played at Tucson High, went to Pima, starred there. DeAndre Pickett also went to Tucson High. Savannah Gutierrez went to Tucson High and Pima and starred there. So we'll talk to him about his experience on that trek and now being a player for FC Tucson. It's DK on the Sports Tip. Cricket getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center. It's Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together. FEMA near Wilmot with a crash that was reported might be off on private property. Cortero at I-10, a hit and run wreck. Tonight, expect road work for traffic on Grant Road to the east of Country Club. 73, the overnight low and excessive heat warning, 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. on Friday with those temps, highs near 107. And 103 now. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Indeed.com. Need to hire? You need Indeed. Their end-to-end solution helps you attract, interview, and hire candidates all year round. Schedule and conduct virtual interviews right from your Indeed dashboard. Learn more by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Eric was way behind on his taxes.
I owed a lot of money to the IRS, almost $15,000. I tried to make payments.
The IRS wasn't satisfied with Eric's efforts, so they came after him full force.
They're coming to put a lien and a hold on all my income, my home, my car. I was just overwhelmed at what to do.
Then Eric called Optima Tax Relief.
When Optima Tax got involved, the calls would stop, the threats would stop. It was easy like 1, 2, 3.
Optima Tax Relief is A+ rated by the Better Business Bureau, and their team of expert tax professionals took care of Eric's problem.
I owe $15,000, and now my debt is clean. I don't owe anything.
Take Eric's advice.
If you have a tax problem, you need to call Optima Tax now.
Call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. 800-410-6744. Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
With Memorial Day savings at the Home Depot, you can upgrade your home with up to $2,400 off select kitchen packages from top brands like Maytag. Enhance your kitchen with the exclusive Maytag French door refrigerator and fingerprint-resistant stainless steel, only at the Home Depot. And with dual power filtration on the Maytag Tall Tub dishwasher, you can skip soaking and scrubbing. Right now, get Memorial Day savings up to $2,400 off select kitchen packages at the Home Depot. How doers get more done. Pricing valid May 16th through June 5th. U.S. only. See store or online for details.
eBay Motors is here for the ride. Go ahead, feel your engine. Admire that perfectly installed exhaust. Your vehicle's moving along this freeway like it was made from fresh installs and a whole lot of love. With eBay Motors, you get over 122 million parts to keep it running. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they'll be the perfect fit every time. Plus, at these prices, well, we're burning rubber, not cash. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Hey, John, why so glum?
I just got let go.
The company's downsizing. This is the third time in the last 2 years. I'm done with this.
Have you thought about My Computer Career? I've heard they can train you for a career in IT in just a few months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI. And you don't need prior training or experience. Now that's a recession-resistant career.
Wow, thanks. I'll check them out.
Go to mycomputercareer.edu and take the free career evaluation. mycomputercareer.edu.
Financial aid is available for qualified students, including the GI Bill.
When life spells heartburn, how do you spell relief? ROLAIDS.
What about when life spells fried chicken?
ROLAIDS.
Fourth cup of coffee?
Still ROLAIDS.
Extra cheesy pizza?
Rolaids always spells relief. Rolaids' powerful dual-active formula begins neutralizing acid on contact to fight your heartburn fast. So, when life spells heartburn, Rolaids spells relief. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Need parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts has fast. Need them now? We've got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart. The professional parts people.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
This Father's Day, visit Boot Barn for top quality gifts that pay tribute to the lasting heritage of the West. From handcrafted cowboy boots and American-made felt hats to durable jeans and outdoor gear, our in-store experts can guide you as you shop, assisting with boot sizing and helping you navigate the store so you can find the perfect gift. Share a piece of the American spirit with him this Father's Day. Boot Barn. Unwrap the West.
Did you know that feeling sluggish or weighed down could be signs that your digestive system isn't working at its best? But taking Metamucil every day can help. Metamucil supports your daily digestive health using a special plant-based fiber called psyllium. Psyllium works by forming a gel in your digestive system to trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Metamucil's gelling action also helps to promote heart health and slows down sugar absorption to promote healthy blood sugar levels. Start feeling lighter and more energetic by taking Metamucil every day.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290. 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Our question of the day, we yesterday asked you who you thought was going to win the NBA Finals. This is actually still an active question of the day. I left it active through tomorrow because that's when the basketball finals begin on Thursday, so you can actually still go to our website or our Twitter account, actually, Wildcats 1290, and vote in this question of the day. You can also answer it on our Facebook page. It is a poll, though, only on Twitter. Who will win the NBA Finals? Right now, it's kind of flipped. It was Boston, 54%, but now it is Dallas. Whoa. It just flipped from 53% Dallas to 50-50. So we've got Boston and Dallas now, just as I was about to say 53%, it flipped to 50-50. So an even Steven vote right now on who's going to win the NBA
Those are
Finals.
just Josh Green fans.
Apparently. Josh Green for the Dallas Mavericks out of the University of Arizona, one-time University of Arizona Wildcats. So who is going to win the NHL Stanley Cup Finals? That is today's question. You can head on over to our Twitter account at Wildcats1290 and vote on that one right now. Is it going to be the Edmonton Oilers? Is it going to be the Florida Panthers? Right now, early on, 78% of the people saying it's going to be the Edmonton Oilers. The Canadian drought is going to end. Hallelujah. We hope so, right? I think everybody is probably rooting for Edmonton in this series. As JW, you've talked about all the last week or so, just to see a Canadian team have a chance to win the Stanley Cup Finals finally for the first time in what's it been? 30? How many years? 30 years? A lot.
Early 80s, yeah.
Early 80s, yeah. Early 80s. Well,
we were watching that documentary about the riots in Vancouver in 2011, man, because they better get a cup up there soon.
Ooh, man, yeah. That's you don't want those people to get mad up there if they don't get their hockey championships often enough. We'll hear a little bit later. We'll hear from the Oilers, one of the Oilers, Chris Knobloch, on what it means to carry the mantle for the entire country of Canada. All right, let's talk some FC Tucson soccer right now. Pleased to be joined by one of the defenders for the football club. His name is DeAndre Pickett, played at Tucson High School, played at Pima College, was an All-American this past season for the Pima College Aztecs, as the Aztecs, again, one of the best programs in terms of soccer that we've got here in southern Arizona. DeAndre now tooling out on the pitch for the men's side of FC Tucson. They got off to a decent start to their weekend, went out west and got a draw against Ventura County to start the year, then beat Capo, then came home last week and drew against Arizona Arsenal. They'll take on AMSG Football Club coming up this week. In fact, a couple of road games coming up this weekend for the side. DeAndre, how is the summer going so far for you with FC Tucson?
Hello, I think the summer's going pretty well. The guys are still getting to know each other, getting the chemistry going all together, and I think that's just a big part in the start of the summer. But other than that, I think it's going really well.
So let's kind of go back to you. Did you grow up? Last week we talked to Savannah Gutierrez, who also obviously went to Tucson High and is playing on the women's side over there at FC Tucson. She talked about how she grew up kind of in the Tucson Soccer FC Tucson Academy system. Did you grow up in their academy system as well?
Yeah, I also did.
What was that like for you? What was that kind of, being in that, learning from some of those outstanding coaches with Tucson Soccer Academy and then the FC Tucson Academy?
No, yeah, it was great. It was always just like seeing people that I could look up to and where I wanted to be one day, and just always pushing myself to be better and trying to reach that level.
So what made you start playing soccer? What kind of drew you to the game?
Well, so it was really my mom. When I was younger, she threw me and my siblings into all different kind of sports. They threw me into like basketball, baseball, football, and one day she put me into this AYSO league, and I just loved it.
What was it about it right away that kind of stuck with you?
I think it was the most challenging sport for me because the other ones were with the hands and all that, and I think I was pretty good with my hands. But then the feet is just like more of a challenge. I think that just pushed me to like it more.
How have you tried to develop your footwork, your game in terms of not only, just the speed of your feet as well as your dribbling skills? How have you tried to refine that as you've begun to play the game more and more?
Just trying to play, like I go out to the Willie Blake Park and just play as much as I can, go with my friends, do some drills, do some long passing, and just trying to play every chance I get.
You just unlocked one of the best kept secrets, I think, here in southern Arizona, the Willie Blake Park. I mean, if you've never been to this beautiful patch of green grass out on the south side, it is one beautiful place to run or play soccer or anything else. Get your fitness on out there. I would definitely encourage you to if you've never been there to go and seek out Willie Blake Park for sure. You guys had obviously another outstanding season up at Pima this past year. You won first team All-American honors. What did that mean for you to be a first team Division II All-American this past year?
It was great going into the season. That was definitely one of my personal goals when I went into Pima, and I knew Cosgrove was going to put me into position to make that happen. And then also my teammates just supporting me every day, even when I make mistakes, just trying to keep me to my at the high standard and just push me to the best of my ability.
So when you started playing, how did you gravitate? Did you always kind of play at the back end as a defender? Did you ever play forward? How did you kind of gravitate to being a defender?
So, when I was younger, I used to play more attacking, more in the midfield. And then around when I was like 15, 16, I just grew like 4 to 5 inches. And then my coach, Wolfgang Weber, just put me in the back. He said I'm too tall to be in the midfield now, so he put me at center back.
Now, for maybe people that don't play soccer, why is your height more of an advantage at the back end than maybe in the midfield?
Just being able to win some teams like to go long, play long balls, just being able to win headers, just being a big, strong force like a wall in the back. That's definitely a strong point of being taller in the back.
We're pleased to be joined by Desireé Pickett, defender for FC Tucson out of Tucson High School, Pima College. Aztecs went to the national tournament once again last year. What was that trip like back to have a chance to hear? Well, you didn't really go anywhere because it was here. But, obviously the year before you guys had played and won a game. And this year maybe didn't get as far as you would have liked. But what's it been like just to kind of play in that event for 2 straight years here in Tucson?
So it was actually my first year. I was a freshman this year, so I wasn't able to play 2 years ago. But I had watched it, and it was a great event. It's nicely run by Kino and everybody helping out in the NGCAA. It's just a great event with like the banquet we had. It was just amazing to be there and experience it.
Now, you mentioned obviously that you are a freshman. Are you returning to Pima next season, or have you decided to move on to another school?
We're still looking at my options. I'm talking to a few schools, but yeah, it's still open for now.
At what point? So what's your timeline to when you think you might want to make a decision?
Maybe in the upcoming weeks, I think my decision will be made.
Outstanding. Desireé Pickett joining us, defender for FC Tucson this summer side. Now, how many times have you, obviously this is the second season back on the USL 2 level for FC Tucson. Did you play with them last year?
Yeah, I did.
So what was that experience like last year, and how is maybe your role different this year now being second summer with that side?
Yeah, last year I came in, I was just really nervous because Coach Biaggi had brought me in more like for a practice player to jump in when guys got injured. And then as the season went along, I think I started performing well in the practices, and I got myself a roster spot. And other than that, like just taking learning from some of the guys that hired universities and just learning the game from them and just being a student of the game, I was just able to learn and just take that. And I'm taking that from this year as well. Just always learning.
And obviously, you guys have got. I mean, it's a lot of road games in a row for you guys. I mean, starting with the trip out to California and then up to the Phoenix area last week, and you'll head back out to California this weekend as well. What's been kind of difficult about navigating all these road games between last time you played at home was May 18th, and you won't have another home game until June 11th, almost 3 full weeks.
Yeah, obviously it's hard on the body and the mind just driving constantly, like the 8-hour trips. But I think it just helps us. It is like the team bonding. That's a big part of it as well. Just going and getting to know the guys. And I think that just shows how much hunger we have, just going out there and competing every game and just doing our best on the pitch.
Who's your favorite soccer player?
You asked me this a couple months ago. I'd have to say probably Messi.
Messi. That's right. We did have you on during the season.
Yeah.
I couldn't remember if we had you on. I was like, I think we had him on, but I wasn't sure if we had him on during the season. Yeah. That's right. Outstanding. All right. Well, keep us abreast, Desireé, of your decision when you decide whether or not it's going to be Pima for a sophomore season or whether you think you might move on. You want to throw us any bones to like what schools you're looking at?
Nah, not yet. Not yet.
I hear you, man. I hear you. Got to keep those cards close to the vest. For sure.
Yeah.
Got to keep those cards close to the vest. Hey, Desireé, continued success with the summer side this year, and we look forward to great things from you in the fall, no matter where that is that you end up.
All right, thank you. Hopefully I get to see you guys at some of our home games, especially next Tuesday, the home opener, and at the women's games this weekend too.
See, you guys, they must like put you guys through a class to promote the product, because Savannah did the same thing last week before we signed on. She was selling the product. I was like, man, they're educating these young players out there. Next Tuesday night, June the 11th at Keto North Stadium, FC Tucson and Capo FC at 7:00. It'll be youth night out there. So if you got a youth team, make sure you bring them out. I'm sure they're still doing the walkouts. Maybe you'll get your youth team again walk out. One of your players will get to walk out there with DeAndre Pickett for the national anthem. DeAndre, appreciate it as always.
Yep, thank you for having me on.
All right, DeAndre Pickett from FC Tucson, Pima College, Tucson High School. DK on the sports tip, cricket getting you home. We're going to wrap this thing up when we come back on Wildcats Radio 1290.
From the O'Reilly Chevrolet Traffic Center, it's Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Sponsored by Park Place Mall. Grant Road near I-10 on Grant Road to the east of I-10 with a crash reported. Expect some slowing on Swan at River Road due to road work. More road work on Thornydale south of Lambert Lane to north of Cortero, and on Orange Grove east and west of La Cañada. 73, the overnight low and excessive heat warning from 10 a.m. tomorrow until 8 p.m. on Friday. Temps near 107. Currently 104. I'm Cricket with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by eBay Motors. eBay Motors is here for the ride with the parts you need at the prices you want. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, they're guaranteed to fit your ride the first time, every time, or your money back. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply.
Escape the ordinary and indulge in a world of excitement at Park Place Mall. Discover endless possibilities with over 100 stores, restaurants, and entertainment options. Join them for the monthly Kids Club, Yappy Hour, and seasonal events. From fashion to food, it's all at Park Place Mall, where you belong.
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Hey guys, what are you...
Gotta take this. Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Now.
Thank you for... Right. You don't say. Now.
Hold it. What's with all the nows?
People want to know the best time for an elastification.
And you're telling them...
Hello? Now.
Well, there's no bad time for elastification, but the best time is now.
Pretty soon, Arizona temps are going to put a strain on your AC.
Now is really the best time.
You're not telling people about all the money they save?
Now.
Or how Alaskan AC will make their AC last longer?
Now.
Or the big 1-year guarantee that their AC will not break down?
Thank you for calling Alaskan AC. Well, Ron wants to tell you a bunch of stuff. I know. That's kind of what I told him. Okay, thanks. Oh, by the way, now.
The best time for elastification is...
now.
Schedule at AlaskanAC.com. Now.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
This story is called The Ugly Truth About Timeshare. If you think you've done your family a favor by buying a timeshare, you need my help. Hello, I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. 10 years ago, I started helping folks cancel their timeshare. In the process, started what's now called the timeshare cancellation industry. The ugly truth is when you buy a timeshare, you can't tell me how much it's going to cost or when it's going to end. I recently helped a couple that had their maintenance fees go from $800 to $3,200 a year. They also received a $4,000 assessment for a hurricane that was over 1,000 miles away. Sound crazy? The crazy thing is, this never ends. Call my office now. If we take you as a client, I guarantee we'll cancel your timeshare or you'll pay nothing.
Call for your free information kit. Call 800-761-0000. That's 800-761-0000. 800-761-0000.
Look! Up in the sky! It's a bird! It's a plane! No, it's...
I'm Captain Tobacco from Tobacco Barn.
My tobacco hero.
I'm here to wipe out high prices on tobacco products. I'm also here to inform citizens that you could save up to 40% on your favorite tobacco products. Pay no city or state sales tax at Tobacco Barn and save up to another $3 with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com. Uh-oh, I see high prices. Excuse me.
Save up to 40% off all your tobacco products at Tobacco Barn. Tobacco Barn is on the Indian Reservation, so you're not paying state tax or any city sales tax. Plus, you can get a coupon for an additional $3 off at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Take it from Captain Tobacco. Save up to 40%. Save with no city or state sales tax. And save with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com. Well, time for me to fly.
Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. If you're driving right now, you may not be thinking about your tires, but chances are they've been tested before. Like that time you swerved to avoid the stray shopping cart that rolled into the street from nowhere? Or when you had a green light but did some extreme braking because another driver decided to turn left in front of you? And we've all had to navigate monsoon downpours that turned our streets into Arizona's largest slip and slide. At Jack Furrier's, we've helped Arizona drivers navigate these extreme moments for over 60 years with the right tires, the best deal, and a huge in-stock selection of the brands you trust. And now's the time to save big with the most rebates we've seen all year on the brands you love, like Michelin, Cooper, and Uniroyal tires, with up to $100 back all month long. And Jack Furrier cardholders get back another $30. Check out jackfurriers.com for details on all our sizzling summer savings. So for all those critical moments where your tires make the difference, check out Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care.
DK on the Sports Tip on Wildcats Radio 1290. Diamondbacks download.
Baseball stuff!
All right, 2 games since we chatted with you last. Last night was a pretty good one for the Diamondbacks as they won, and Kevin Newman helped them do it.
Newman, 259 average, couple of homers. He's driven in 12. And Harrison's 0-2. Swung on line, shot off the glove of Chapman. That's into left field to hit. McCarthy scores. Alexander waved around third. Throw to the plate, gets past Bailey. And it's 2-0 Diamondbacks as Newman takes second on the play.
8-5 the final. Arizona won for a 4th straight game. Kevin Newman, Arizona baseball class of 2015. Today, though, in a day game at Chase Field did not go as well as the Diamondbacks fall to the Giants 9-3. Next up, a road trip for the weekend to San Diego to face the Padres beginning tomorrow night. The other big news that came out yesterday was the suspension of reliever Andrew Salfrank. You'll remember him. He was a big part of the bullpen in the postseason last year. He has been suspended for a year for gambling on baseball. Torey Lovello talked about that.
He made a bad decision. The rules are very clearly outlined. They're told to the players several times during spring training. There's something on the wall in spring training that prohibits betting, and the reason is simple: we have to protect the integrity of this game. Andrew knew that. He understood that, and he made a really bad decision.
Salfrank, according to Major League Baseball, wagered a total of $445.87 on 29 bets. 28 of those were Major League Baseball related. This was from several years ago, September of 21 through March of 22, when he was in the minor leagues with the Diamondbacks and when he was out injured. So Andrew Salfrank, who was having a great year at Reno, suspended for an entire season. He'll be eligible for reinstatement on June 5th. 2025. That is going to wrap up our show for today. Coming up next, the Women's College World Series Championship. It is the Oklahoma Sooners, the 4-time defending champions and number 2 seed against number 1 seed Texas. You'll hear it. Westwood One's coverage with Arizona Wildcat grads Ryan Radke and Leah O'Brien Amico. Thanks to our guest, DeAndre Pickett. For Cricket, for JW Madden, my name is David Kelly. That is our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you again tomorrow, 3 o'clock, DK on the Sports Tip. Enjoy the softball and have a great night, everybody.
The Dell Technologies semi-annual sale is on with limited quantity deals on top tech. Save on select PCs powered by the latest 12th gen Intel Core processors like thin and light XPS 13 laptops, Inspiron laptops.